Chapter 24. A New Hope, Nier. I didn't have enough time to mope within the room as it seemed within the next 5 minutes after I relaxed into the fairly hard bed, Commander White walked into the room. I sat on the edge of the bed as she likewise sat beside me and for a few moments, we shared a brief spell of silence. Was 4S able to upload his data to be brought back with all his memories? I asked as with my mind cooling down. I was able to recall how 2B and 9S died previously on their last mission and they were able to basically save all their memories before they self-destructed. White sighed and shook her head. 4S instead of spending his data trying to upload his prior mission details and memories put all the bandwidth into breaking the jamming to live stream the machine production facility so we could destroy it. In other words, he will have no natural memories of interacting with you. Well, in that case there's a pretty easy solution to that problem, at least to me. When will he be brought back online? Oh, about a week or two probably. She told me, and that kinda killed my idea of trying to be there when he woke back up, as I simply didn't have the food to remain here on the station that long. Well, in that case give me a couple hours heads up before he is brought online. I would like to record a little video or something telling him he did a good job on his mission, and I as a human am proud to have such an android fighting for Yoarha. I didn't specify the android was simply fighting for me, as we both knew I was the only human left, even if she wasn't aware of my knowledge of that particular secret. Either way, I was feeling a bit childish for basically stomping out of the control room after seeing one of the androids die, or at least I felt that way, but I still understood that having no prior history with basically anyone other than a couple pets dying, I hadn't lost any important family members. So, death was still a bit of a new thing to me. Well, I was like 5-6 years old when my great-grandfather passed, but I only remember snippets of him being around and playing board games in the bunker and some other stuff. Either way, I didn't really understand his passing at that age, and it never really hit me. Even here I am constantly surrounded by extremely attentive androids, so I haven't even had time to mope or otherwise cry about losing my family and such. I reached over and snagged my large sports bag carrying all my supplies I brought on this trip, and Commander White curiously leaned over my shoulder to peer within the bag. I was a bit distracted from pulling the zipper and opening said bag when I could feel Commander White's large breasts pushing my shoulder as she moved slightly behind me to peer over my shoulder, and not only that, I could also feel one of her long golden hairs tickling my ear. Pushing away the horny, I continued to open my bag and then pulled back out my DS and a pre-made sandwich. What kind of sandwich is this? White asked me, probably confused as to why there wasn't the common ham/turkey/chicken or whatever. Well, seeing as the only ham and other meats I have is freeze-dried into powder, I couldn't carry all the water around here to make all the stuff, so I just got some half-dried out jerky from an elk so it would last a while, and I have already managed to learn how to make crappy ketchup with the tomatoes I am forced to grow with my magic, so it makes a decent sandwich. That, and I need to find a decent yeast sample to farm for making bread, as apparently whatever pre-packed yeast we had stored away didn't survive the interdimensional travel or whatever sent me here. After eating my sandwich, I took off my shoes and socks and laid down on the bed, and hugged the one pillow as I opened my DS and started playing some Pokemon Platinum. I patted the bed next to me, and honestly, I was so used to having a heavy body next to me I had zero chance of getting to sleep or even relaxing into a bed without an android beside me. You gave me your room for a reason, so come on and snuggle with me. It's not like you androids haven't ruined my ability to sleep without you girls anyway. If anything, me telling her that I had been ruined by the overly affectionate androids only made her smile smugly. As our human, not only is your safety but also your general happiness our highest priority, so if you desire the comfort of my body beside you, I shall gladly comply. With that said, she pulled the zipper that was at her hip and dragged it across her chest, spilling out her cleavage. With a light shrug, she was disrobed and left completely nude as she rolled under the covers beside me, and I could feel her taking every care to mold her body to my own as she rested her head on my shoulder. In a way, she could watch me play my DS, and not only me but I could tell the way she was molding herself to me and engaging me about the game with every inane question she could come up with. That this wasn't a lust-filled embrace. No, this was a moment that was certainly going to be saved within the files of Yoarha and probably shared as a reward for doing well on missions. Like, I could easily see one of those androids who fought and patrolled for years happily replaying this scene of themselves snuggling with their human and just sharing the definition of loving moments together. Hey, White, I said randomly, making her raise an eyebrow in surprise. Yes, Jake. You are an amazing android, and I cannot thank you enough for the hard work. I could see a wide smile forming on her face, and I sealed it by squeezing her flesh against my chest, and as she drew closer, I laid a chaste kiss against her forehead, making her hum in comfort. "Here, let's play this together, White." And then I allowed White to control the touch screen and the right side of the DS buttons while we moved around. We both giggled as we made little mistakes, as she would accidentally click the wrong move as the Pokemon battled, but it was all in fun games, and she seemed to be my lucky star as my Riolu egg hatched into a shiny, making me cry out in excitement and bear hug her tightly.